Just before you go, look at Job 42:12. And the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning. Of course, if you check everything, he had everything double. And before he lost everything, he was already the richest man in the whole of the East. And then I thought, all you have to do is restore everything. He's still number one. No, that's not what God did. He now made it double. God always pays you double for your trouble. Can I hear an amen? No? Solid Christianity must prepare you for life and death. Solid Christianity must prepare you not only for the good times, but also for the troubling times, for the times of trouble. Solid Christianity must prepare you for time and eternity. Romans chapter 5. Yeah, read again,
Therefore, being justified by faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ.
Yes.
By whom also we have access by faith into his grace, wherein we stand, and rejoice in hope of the glory of God.
While we celebrate our salvation, we need to learn to understand there's something much bigger that is ahead of us. And we're going to enter into that part when the Lord returns. And we rejoice in it. The hope of immortality, the hope of resurrection, the hope of the second coming of Christ, and the glorification of the saints. Go ahead, yes?
And not only so, but we glory in tribulations.
How
also.
can people be rejoicing in tribulation? Things just hit you left, right, and center, and the guy is rejoicing. It is hope that produces this. We glory in tribulation. It's not only when I get a new car. When I get a new house. When things seems to go against me, I still thank God for it. Because we got the wrong perception. We thought obeying God, answering the call of God is messing up your life. No, God does not call you to demote you. The call of God is promotion. I can't exchange this with being the president of Nigeria. I can't exchange it with being the president of US. If I become Nigeria president, that's demotion. You don't know what the call of God is. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. Okay. Let's lock hope with faith so I can live. Hope is what you want, your desire, your expectation, what you're looking forward to. It's not yet real. It's just a dream. Faith is what gives it substance and can help it to materialize in time. How does that work? There are 5 elements in the exercise of faith. I think you did the definition of faith in Hebrews 11. Let's look at dynamics, how faith works. In Mark chapter 11, verse 22, 23, 24. Read Mark 11 from verse 22.
And Jesus answering saith unto them, have faith in God.
Okay, there is something that happened here before he started the teaching. He did an illustration of how faith works. He was moving with his disciples. They saw a tree, fig tree, and the tree had no fruit. Jesus and his men were hungry. So they approached the fig tree, searched for fruit. They did not find. So Jesus turned and cursed the fig tree. I said, from now, nobody will eat fruit from thee. And the moment he finished speaking, he turned and walked away with his disciples. He just killed a tree with word, but he didn't stay back to check whether it actually died. And after speaking to the tree, nothing changed. He's trying to teach his men how to exercise their faith. The power of faith is released by speaking. And they went back to Bethany. They finished their whole day. They went to Jerusalem, finished the activities of that day. That was the day he drove out the money changers from the temple. And then they passed the fig tree that evening, went back to Bethany, the nearby city where they were staying. The house of Mary and Martha and Lazarus. That's where they were staying. The next day, they were passing again on their way to the temple. By this time, a minimum of 24 hours has passed. Peter called their attention. Show them, I think in verse 20. In the morning, again, as they passed by. Peter calling to remembrance. As they were passing in the morning, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. Now, this is the third time they are passing that tree. The first time was when he spoke to it. There was no visible change. The second time was when they were going back in the evening. Now, in the morning, the next day, Peter saw that the fig tree, of course, all of them saw that the fig tree has dried away from the root. And Peter, calling to remember, said to him, Master, behold, the fig tree which you cursed is withered away. And what is the answer? Have faith in God. He's now going to show them the dynamics, how it works. He's going to explain to them how I dealt with the tree, and that's how you can deal with any mountain, any problems that you're facing. Have faith in God. Verse 22. Read. Verse 23. Read.
For verily I say unto you, that whosoever shall say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he saith shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he saith.
What is he going to have? He didn't say whatsoever. He won't have whatsoever. You will have whatsoever you said. What you are going to have is what you said. Just like Jesus got exactly what he said. Whosoever shall say to this mountain. Everybody watch now. I think you're going to read that verse with me together. Check how many times the word saying or said was used, and how many times the word believed was used. Let's read 1, 2, go. Verily I say unto you, whosoever shall say to this mountain, be thou removed, be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he said shall come to pass, he shall have whatsoever he said. Okay, how many times did he use the word believe? Once. How many times did he talk about saying? Some people said 3, some said 4. Both of you are correct. He used the word said 4 times in that place. But he used it 3 times in connection with the operation of faith. So when you believe once, talk to 4 times. That's how faith works. Faith is more about what you say than about what you believe. Did you hear what I just said? Once you believe, you have believed. But the confession, I don't know if you noticed that he said, he shall have whatsoever he does what? Do you know the meaning of the word said? Do you know the difference between said and said? What he said, what you continue to speak. You can say it once and keep your mouth shut. But if you're ever going to say something, make sure that what you say is in agreement with what you said. If not, you have cancelled the power of your faith. A lot of people will release their faith by speaking and later cancel it by nullifying the words they spoke with negative words. So what you did, you turned the switch on and later you turned it off. You understand the switch. You understand the dynamics of electricity. You need to understand the dynamics of faith. You can turn the switch of faith on and you can turn it off with your mouth. Okay, there are 5 dynamics how faith works. Number 1, you cannot have faith without hope. Let's put it in another way. The first thing is, okay, read verse 24 so that we'll see what I'm saying.
Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that you receive them, and ye shall have them.
So the starting point is desire, a goal, a target, objectives that you want to accomplish. Get that one clear, and it has to be clear. So, because that's what faith will accomplish. If you don't have any goal, if you don't have a clear target, if you don't have certain objectives you want to accomplish, then you are exercising faith on nothing. You are wasting the power of your faith. You know, there is, you can have a gun and you're just shooting around, just pumping bullets into the air. That will not accomplish anything. It's different from target shooting. So you can just be exercising faith anyhow. You're not going to accomplish anything. Faith accomplishes target. Faith accomplishes goals. Faith gets hope to become real. Faith makes dreams come to pass. Have a clear goal. That's the first thing. Number 2. Then take that desire to God in prayer. Because faith is that thing God gave us that drags him into our situation. Oga, come. You are rich in billions. What? Hundreds of billions of dollars. Oga, come. You are struggling in Naira. It's a movie that we're acting, illustrative sermon. You're struggling in Naira. So I'm going to use one word to cover. You are rich in Naira. Like maybe 100,000 and but you have a big project. You want to buy a hotel. Or you want to build a hotel. Maybe you just want to build your own house for your family. Just one duplex. They don't build duplex for 100,000. I hope you know. This man has billions in dollars. You have thousands in Naira. Your project is 50 million minimum. 150 million. So you see what faith is. Faith is getting the man that does not have the ability to lock in with the one that has the ability and making the resource of this one available to this one. So faith is not self-confidence, it's God confidence. It's something that once you release, God hooks up with you. You are not dealing with the problem alone anymore. You have now brought omnipotence to bear in your situation. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? If you understand this, then you understand why David could die Goliath. You see that thing, David stepped out to challenge Goliath. He could do it because he knows that faith drags God into the battles of life. So that it's not this small boy that is going to kill this giant. It is my bigger partner who has all the resources, who has all the means, who has the military, who has uncountable number of angels. He's the one that will kill you. So he told Goliath, I will cut off your head today, so that the whole world will know that God does not save by javelin or by knife or by anything. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? That the whole world will know. You see, that's what he was boasting about. When you tell God that I believe you, I trust you, then you drag him into the situation. Wave that hand in the air. Let me be sure you are getting it. Are you getting it? When you don't exercise faith, you are left to the limit of your own personal resources. So it's only how much you have in an account, how much connection you have. But you see, now ask Pastor Sarah. She has lived with me for 25 years. You can go to our account and look and see 200,000. And I tell her I'm buying that property of 200 million. And you watch and I buy it. How many times has it happened?
So many times.
That is why when we were newly married, they used to argue with me when I want to sow. There are some seeds I sow, I clear the account. You know, young wife now, how are we going to survive in this? What kind of madness is this? But when she started seeing this, seeing it, and saw it, when I say, is there a new thing? We have seen it over and over again. Because you see, what happens is that the natural man is looking at what I have in my account. But the man that operates by faith is looking at what his partner has in his account. I have a senior partner in this business. I have a senior partner in life. I'm not doing life alone. I'm doing it with God as my partner. I'm not doing my company alone. I'm doing it with God as the senior CEO, as the MD. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? Let me give you a secret. From now, run your marriage as a trinity. Make God the chairman of the board, the husband the CEO, and the wife the CFO. The wife is not your slave. Your CFO that runs the company. Then you are the CEO. Then the real orga. That's how you should run church. Don't go and carry the ministry on your head. It will kill you. There's a bigger person that is with us in this thing. He said, he that calleth thee is faithful. He will also do it. Don't run your life alone. Faith in God is what makes life easy. Makes things impossible. That's what makes it. So, you bring your small 100,000. That's what you have. But you know, he brings his 150 million. And when he removes 150 to support your 500,000, he has not spent money. He's a billionaire, and it is in what? Dollars. And the God we're talking about is not a billionaire. He's not even a trillionaire. He owns not just the whole planet. He owns universe. He owns galaxies. He owns the whole world. It's you guys that are having problem. I don't understand. He says, see solar energy. You put some panels in your house. You took some. The sun does not know that anything left. Because it produces it in trillions upon trillions of quantities of energy. And you just picked a spoon that you want to power your duplex. The next day, the sun will release the same thing, whether anybody use it or not. The next day, we release the same thing, whether anybody use it or not. The next day, we release it. Look at how much of solar energy has been wasted. We don't know how to tap, yet it has not stopped the sun from releasing. That's how God is. It's like the ocean. You are drinking water from the ocean with juice. You know this juice? What do you call it? Straw. That's what some of us are using. Some are using bucket. Some are using pipe. Some are using tanker. Me, I've learned to use River Niger to flow the water. River Benue. I'm telling you. Atlantic does not know that any water left. That's why the Bible said, be it unto you according to your faith. But all of us have to start somewhere and then grow to bigger things. So faith is when I hook God. So what I do with prayer is not to go there and be complaining. There is a way to talk to God to make him commit. Should I show you how to do it? Okay, sit down, because the Oga does not really stand up. Oga, sit down. Baba God. The first thing we do to him when we talk to him is you praise him and make him happy. You look for his accolades. You don't need keyboard. You don't need musicians to be a worshiper. Is somebody hearing me today? He said, one of the things I know you is that you are faithful. And to worship God, you look for his character. Look for his attributes. Oh my God, you are a covenant keeper. Oh my Father, you are everything to me. Oh my Lord, you are the oxygen that I breathe. You are my hiding place. If you don't know how to do it, go read the book of Psalms and learn from David. You are my rock. You are my defense. You are my hiding place. I worship you today. That's the first thing you do to a king. Oh, that's the first thing. That is faith in action. Praise in a time of need. Praise in a time of difficulty is the sign of the highest level of faith. Because the lack is here. There is no lack there. Second thing you do when you come to God is you cannot have faith on nothing. Let me explain it. If you want to have faith, you have to look for what God promised, where God made commitment, or where God said he would do something. That's why they gave us the Bible. The basis for getting God to act is to remind him of something that he said that he would do. I was explaining this somewhere. Come on, precious. Come, precious. Yeah. I know you're planning a music concert. Has it already happened? Not yet. And then I come and promise you. First of all, I'm going to pay for the hall. I will sponsor the whole program. And all your speaker, all your guests that will come to sing. No. I'm just giving you. I'm not promising anything. I'm only giving. I just deflated her faith. Then if I want to talk politically, I said, I'll do something. I'll do something. So I can get away from. I didn't say anything. That's not how God does not talk politically. Doesn't do that. God speaks in specific terms. So, do you see now? If the time for the program is approaching, or the program has even, the day of the program has arrived, nothing. Then you can book an appointment and come and say, DP, this is how faith works. I want to watch, listen now and see what people do. One person will come and say, DP, you see now, you don't keep your words. You promised me all this thing. You did nothing. When people talk to you like that, you lock up because you're not owing them anything. It's your money. I don't have to do it. They will start insulting, complaining. You didn't do anything. You should have even left me alone. I would have even thought about how to solve some of these problems. That's how the natural man talks. They go to God, they murmur, they complain, they talk all this. But look at how a man of faith does. He will come and say, you know, DP, my DP, I know you now. Once you say something, you will do it. I know you. I know that you are a person of integrity. Actually, the date for the event has come. But I just thought that probably you've been busy. You know, I know how busy you are. That's why. So I just said, let me come and just let you know We have not been able to do this. We have not been able to do that. We have not been able to do that. You see how to talk to God. And if you know anybody that is rich, that's how to talk to them. If you know anybody that is powerful, that's how to talk to them. If you get opportunity to meet your president, don't go there with complaints. They won't allow you the next time. He might even, just to be politically correct, say some nice things. As you leave, he will tell his PAs, that stupid man, never allow him. If I see him cross this gate, that's what some of you have been doing. When you go there, affirm that person. These people that always give and give, what do they get in return? Gratitude is one of those simple things you can give them back. Affirmation. That is how God is. God made us in his image. You see these things that you have in you, emotion. God has it. Now sometimes God is very sad though. One time he regretted that he made human being. What do you tell him if you had access that day? You start asking for your need, he might slap you. He's complaining about something he has in his hand that is failing, that is messing up. What you do is you talk to him in that. Do you know that God can be encouraged? Oh, Moses does that. Oh, you don't know? You think because people are rich and powerful like president that they don't have problems? God has need for relationship. He has need for affirmation. He has need for gratitude. He has need. And the person that does that for him becomes his friend. Sometimes God needs to be reminded. Come, let us reason together. Isaiah, put me in remembrance. So you don't come and say, DP, I said, look at you. So the last time I did it, you didn't remember. The other time I did it, you didn't remember. Just because I said this one and I've been busy, you are already complaining. To hell, this game must not be allowed anywhere. You lock that person out. That's an ungrateful person. That's a murmurer and a complainer. You don't want to deal with that kind of person. That's what is happening between people and God. If there is a door closed in the spirit, praise can open it. If there is a door closed against you, gratitude can open it. If there is a door closed, faith can unlock it. That's what the Bible says. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. That's verse 6 of Hebrews chapter 11. So, sir, this is how to approach this big man. Did he make any commitment? Is there anywhere he made a pledge? Is there anywhere he made a covenant? Is there anywhere he signed some agreement? So the Bible provides us three things: God's promises, God's covenants, and God's provisions. There are some things has already provided for. Some things Jesus has already died for them. So there is no reason for anybody to hold them back. When you bring it up, then you now tell him, I believe you. The Bible says, verse 24, Mark chapter 11, verse 24. When ye pray, what did he say? Verse 24. When ye pray, what did he say? Believe that you receive them. And what will happen? The manifestation will come later. But you are supposed to believe when you did the prayer. The third dynamics of faith is confession. That's where he says, speak to the mountain. So when I'm through with God and I come out, everything I see that is in opposition, that is all, I speak to it to align. I don't pray anymore about those ones. Those ones is now under. I hook up with God, but I talk to Goliath. You see that? I hook up with God in prayer and believe him, but now I talk to my mountains. I speak to sicknesses. I speak to situations. And you command it to change. You command it to move from here to yonder place. And according to the Bible, you will have whatsoever you said. So remember, you can finish praying and come again and cancel everything with your mouth. Don't ever do that. Use your mouth to cash your check. God bless you, my dear. And then the last dynamics is action. Faith has corresponding action. Actually, how do I know a person that is in hope and a person that is in faith? There is one thing that distinguishes them. The man that is in hope is still dreaming. The man of faith acts to bring that dream to pass. If you pray and don't take action, if you speak and don't take action, if you believe and don't take action, you have not yet exercised faith. Can I repeat it again? Because a lot of people come to me and they say, Pastor, I really believed God. Believing doesn't make it happen. Believing alone does not make it happen. If you believe and don't take action, if you pray and don't take action, if you speak but don't take action, you have not exercised faith. When David finished talking, I will cut off your head that the whole world will know. What is the next thing he did? He took stone, put in his slingshot, ran towards the Goliath. It was when he wound it and released it, angels now took over. You see, the bigger partner now took over. It's at the point of action that conversion happens. Because it was not that small stone that brought the giant down. The anointing came on the stone. Maybe one of those angels now took it, hit Goliath hard at the forehead, and he fell. And that was not the only action David took. David ran to Goliath, pulled out his sword, because he didn't have a sword. He used Goliath's sword to cut off his head. Do you see? Faith is a conjunction word. It brings you and God into partnership. Don't tell God to do something and while you are doing nothing. A man without faith is doing everything alone. A man of faith is combining supernatural resources with human effort. Faith must have corresponding action. James chapter 2 verse 22. Let them see it. Can someone read it? Maybe you should read 21 and then 22. 21 and 22 so you can.
Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Seest thou how faith...
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand what is going on here. Paul taught us that Abraham was justified by faith. So a lot of people think it's only believing. So James, this is the younger brother of Jesus, was trying to clarify that it wasn't just I believe that did it for Abraham. That Abraham took action. When God told him to offer Isaac and he did it, that's when this thing was solidified. You see? So Abraham was justified by works when he offered Isaac on the altar. Go ahead, yes?
Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect?
Go ahead, 23.
And the scripture was fulfilled which saith, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness.
So it was when he took action that this scripture now became fulfilled. Okay, verse 26, yes?
For as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without work is dead also.
That's the state many people are. They have potential energy, but they are not able to turn it to kinetic energy. Because to move it from potential to kinetic, you need to put your faith into action. God bless you, sir. You have your dreams and goals. You believe in God for them to come to pass. But until I see you out there pursuing them, taking steps to have them executed, you don't still have faith in that dream. You don't. You don't.